So you return to
the fire temple.
Return to the fire temple. All right, and the fire temple has a proper name. It's on my computer and I can't remember what I named it.
That's all right.
Starts with a P. I can remember that.
Pyro something.
No, it actually. You would think so, but it's not. I don't think. Not like pyro, but yeah, it is. It does start with a P. It might be like Panerion or something like that. But
so go back. Tell the fire clerk we need to get into the catacombs.
All right.
We made the connection between the guy that came to see what's his face.
Gregor's?
Yes. Old Greg.
She says, he says, oh, he goes, well, so you tell him about what was said. He goes, well, that would make sense as to why he looked so disheveled. Yes, he may have had some of the old ashes from some of the cremated bodies down there on him. He's like, give me a moment. Let me find my charcoal. And he writes a little note for you and signs it Love Heinous. And
Love penis.
Heinous.
Mm-hmm. Your H's.
Heinous.
Oh, okay.
Heinner, that's right. Heinner.
Your H's look like W's.
Love Heinner at the end of it. I have to name somebody bother. Never mind. It's I don't know. Apparently it's a relatively recent thing because I had never heard of it before a couple of years ago. And people were saying, oh, it's just a Marine thing. But now other people are saying, oh, I've heard it here, I've heard it here, I've heard it here. Have you ever heard the Wagner Loves the Cock?
No.
Okay. I wasn't sure. It may be a new enough thing that you and I just
didn't get.
Yeah,
we didn't get the menu.
It was before. It was after we were kind of in
Didn't get the memo.
But yeah, even there's a place in where we do our searches, and there's our little search shack that somebody wrote it like up on.
Oh, that's funny.
But supposedly it's a porta potty graffiti thing, kind of like Gilroy looking over the things.
Yeah,
so
that's funny.
Loves the cock. But because of that, I now have to name somebody Wagner because it's W2.
Thank you for spending 15 minutes on that.
A whole 15 minutes. All right, moving on because we've spent 15 minutes on that already.
Thank you.
But
he wrote me a love letter to get in the catacombs.
He rolls it up in a little, as a little scroll that's like this wide, and it'll be that long when you get it at that. He hands that to you with a little piece of twine around it, and he says, "Give this, present this at the door of the crematorium." Damon says he knows where that is. He's been there before. He's attended a funeral before. And Damon explains to those of you who are foreign that most people, maybe not the poor, but anyone who has any money. So not slaves, not like people who live down in the Warrens. But most everybody else is cremated and their ashes are put to some catacombs that are outside of the city. At least the opening to them is outside of the city. Who knows how far they go down. Because most people don't go down into the catacombs. So. All right. So Damon says, "I'll lead the way."
Sweet. Follow Damon.
You follow Damon. You notice that Damon, since you all are following him and have nothing really to look at, unless you want to look at the scenery, you're gonna, since you're following him, you're kind of paying attention to him. You notice he is very heel to toe when he walks, and he has a weird kind of gait. But you don't really hear him walk, you know, it's just kind of he naturally walks very silently. And he has a tendency to stay close to walls when he walks without even really, you know, he doesn't walk down the middle of the street like everybody else does, unless he comes into a crowd and then he kind of weaves in and out of the crowd and sort of follow. But you guys get outside the gate, and as you start to leave the gate, he looks at the Templar who is in charge of the guard there, and gives them, you know, kind of gives them a little tip of the hat there, you know, kind of pull the forelock move, and looks them in the eyes and smiles, and then walks on down the road that heads out of town. And you guys, before you get to any of the patricians, all their land that's out there that they grow all their crops on and all, before you get any of the patricians' plantations, I guess for lack of a better word, you see often there's a rocky outcropping, 300 or 400 yards, kind of west of the gate and the road, and there's a small building in front of it that's fairly square, and it has around it, on it, it is painted with a mural of like glowing coals with flames coming up off of them along the walls. And the roof is the color of the sky, kind of that olive green color of the sky. And there is a cart path leading directly to it. And as you approach a cart. There's a cart in front of you that is obviously carrying a corpse on it. It's just an open cart. And the corpse is wrapped in a like a burlap shroud that has been stitched up around it. But it's wrapped several times over, so it's kind of wrapped up like a seasoned ham would be, you know.
So it's not just rolled up in a carpet?
No, not just rolled up in a carpet. But it's obviously somebody who's, you know, like that, because you,
stiff.
Yeah, you can see where the shoulders come in and where the head is, and kind of the dent of the nose and all that. So, and the cart's being led by, there's several people who are obviously mourners who are out in front of the cart, and it's being pulled by an Enix. And unless you speed up, they're going to arrive to the crematorium about the same time you are. Also, there is a large round smokestack that goes up about 15 feet out of the roof. And right now there is no smoke, but
about to ask if it smelled good.
You get that sharp, acrid, but kind of has a sweet undertone to it. You know, kind of like burnt sugar of the burning flesh smell. You know, and I know this may sound like a strange thing, but burning Japanese beetles smell a whole lot like burning flesh. All right. Well,
No idea.
the if you kill the females, their eggs can gestate in their corpses. So there have been times when I've just like taken a lighter to them or something, you know, because they'd be eating up my grandmother's roses. Then I decided that I'd find an anthill and I'd just throw the dead bodies on the anthill and the ants would clean out the guts. So I didn't have to worry about that. All right.
Interesting.
So you guys arrive at about the same time as this funeral procession does, and the gate, and they've got like a gate, portcullis kind of gate that opens up and allows the mourners and the cart to pass through. Do you want to try to just kind of blend in with the mourners? Do you want to wait outside? There's also just a door next to the portcullis too.
Let's just go inside.
Well, we've got our handy dandy little note though. We could
Yeah.
bypass the funeral and go straight to the
Let's
catacombs.
do that.
He's like, yeah, exactly. Oh, you're lucky I'm here to give you the good ideas. Yeah. To confirm them anyway. All right, so you guys go to let the portcullis close and go to the door.
Yeah.
You begin to hear the mournful singing beyond the portcullis gate. So you go beat on the door, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. A young man with who has his head shaved and has red flame tattoos. They come up halfway up the side of his head, starting below his collar line. He answers the door. He says, "What is the nature of your business?"
And I hand him my little love letter.
Okay, aren't you glad he didn't ask you what your favorite color was?
Well, it's red, of course. Flame red.
He says, "Good answer." Yes, good answer. All right. He opens it up. He says, "One moment," because he's holding it upside down, looking like he's looking it over. It's like, "One moment." And he closes the door, and older looking, and by older looking, I don't mean like he's like maybe 40. Half elf comes and opens the door, and he's like, "Come in, come in." He says, "As you can see, we're holding a service right now, and you can feel the heat radiating out from the wall, and smell the smell we were talking about." He says, I have no control of what goes on beyond the door to the catacombs." He says, "But I can, if there's anything that I can help you with here in the crematorium part, just let me know." He goes, "But when it comes to actually gaining access to the catacombs, aside from the priests who run it, they're the only people who are allowed to go in there are the singers of the funeral dirges who accompany the ashes. Once we have collected, we just go and we give the ashes to the singer, and the singer goes to the door and sings, and they're allowed to pass. He goes, beyond that door, we know not what is contained."
So this paper won't get us to the catacombs?
He goes, "It will get you to the door of the catacombs." He says, "But," he goes, "we work with the earth priests, but this is our area and that is theirs."
Oh.
Well, we have a friend.
Well, I'm an earth priest, so I'm going to let us all go inside.
He says, they may treat with you and allow you to.
Yeah, I'm going to go talk to these people.
We'll give that a try.
Alright. Okay, you guys already know all that. Alright, is there anything you want to talk to them about, or are you just gonna
No, we're just gonna go to the.
Okay. All right. So they show you to the door.
Sweet.
There's still now. There's like it kind of takes you down and around and through another door and kind of off to the right. And now the singing sounds like, and then you're facing the same direction you were. There's another door that seems to go back into the stone there, and the singing is now muffled but behind you, and you can hear the crackling and roaring of a large fire that's closer too.
Hi, this is Moneymaker, your dastardly DM. I just wanted to take a moment to check in and make sure you were enjoying the show so far. If so, please let us know by clicking the like button and the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and leave us a comment below letting us know your favorite parts. As I'm sure you've already noticed, we had some technical issues, a few problems with the green screens, but mainly mic issues. We think we have it figured out now. Hopefully by the second half of Season 1's recording time, we should have the new mics to clear that up. If you'd like to support our endeavor and allow us to give you higher quality product, the easiest way to do that is to go to my Subscribe Star page and subscribe. You can find the link in the video description below. There's all manner of gaming stuff there outside of the show, but you can also find things such as NPCs and monster art that I've used, and character sheets for all those NPCs, and for the player characters that you love so much from the game. Alright, I think it's time to get back to the show. Hope you have a great day.
So you're now standing in front of
A big door.
a big stone door, yeah.
So we're gonna knock on the door. And
Okay. Knock on the door and your hand makes kind of a dull thud, but you hear a very muffled echo behind it. And half a minute later or something, there's someone who comes up and they just say, yes. The door's still closed, they're talking.
Good.
They've got slid a little thing.
yeah, I'm like, good day. And I hold up my holy symbol, Django Guerrera here with my acolytes of the earth gods. We're doing a very important investigation for the city of Balic. And we need to gain entrance into the catacombs so that we can gather information.
All right. And by the way, this little thing that you can kind of see his eyes and nose through, about this high off the ground.
Oh my,
It's not,
he's little.
not like this. Yeah, so, no, it's not a glory hole. Don't look. So he slides it back, and you hear a bolt sliding, and he looks at your holy symbol, and he looks at the. Do you want to do the way I drew and have that thing, because I got that as kind of a symbol?
Sure,
of earth.
sure.
He looks at that, and he kind of does like this, and traces it on the poncho that you're wearing, and he says, "Very well, come in." He says, "What are you trying to determine? What is your investigation about?"
And I'll introduce you to talk about that.
Okay.
So
Close to you.
My associate.
we had someone come do final rites and singing not long ago, and he disappeared shortly thereafter. This is the last place he was seen, and we're just wanting to come see if there were any clues. Did he see something or talk to someone here?
He says, "Well, we get 4 or 5 funerals a week." He says, "How long ago was this?"
Approximately a month ago.
A month ago. He says, we had, that week we had 4 funerals a month ago. He goes, "Was there anything unusual about this young man that you speak of? Do you know his name?"
It was
Marius?
Mayurius.
Mayurius.
Uranus.
Uranus?
He says, yes, I remember Uranus. That was a little more, yeah, he goes, that was more like a month and a half, something like that ago. Because I don't get out to see the moon too much, he goes. But yeah, I guess it seems longer, a little longer than a month to me. But he says, yes, the funeral that he was involved in, I believe, was one of the fire priests. He scratches his bald head. That's dwarf, by the way, that you're talking about. So he scratches his bald head. He goes, maybe it was 2 moons ago. He goes, it's been a little while ago. He's searching his memory. Says, why are you looking for this young gentleman? Maybe that will help.
Well, he was just well liked in the community, seemed to be happy, and after this funeral, he just disappeared.
Okay. He said he did seem to be preoccupied as he was leaving. He goes, I am not an overly emotional, I'm not an overly emotional sort. He goes, I figured he was just of the sensitive variety, and perhaps his sullen singing had affected his mood.
Did he say anything as he was leaving?
Was he with anybody else?
He said something about black stars in the night, maybe? Does that help any?
It might.
As he said, did anyone else say anything about him saying that? Or something like it?
No.
Okay.
And was he with anyone, or did he?
Well, when he left, he was alone, as far as I know. I don't remember whose funeral it was that he was singing for. He says, although the flame priest should have some record of that. He goes, because they might also be able to tell you which catacomb he was supposed to go to. If I could remember which funeral he was supposed to go to, I could show you to where the urn is.
But you guys don't keep the records.
We give them a list of grottos that are available, because after a certain time, the urn breaks down, and basically the grotto, there's very little left of it. So once that happens, every few hundred years a grotto becomes available. We give them a list of the ones that are available. They assign, and they let the singer know where the singer tells us as they come in, where to leave them, and they go there. He goes, but I don't, off the top of my head, he goes, I can't remember where he went. Like I said, it's been a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Back to the flame priest.
Yeah, so we'll go talk to the flame priest and see if we can get that information.
He says, you hear the singing getting louder. He says, one moment. He says, if I could ask you to step into here, and there's like a little side cave. And as there's like singing on the other side of the door, and he he pulls the bolt and the door opens and a young woman who has covered her face in gray paint, who's wearing basically, I don't even know what you call it, kind of just the basic gossamer white dress that kind of comes down and crosses over and is held together by a belt. She's kind of, and it's full length, she's kind of holding it in front of her as she sings. And another dwarf kind of comes out from the side and with a torch and leads her down into the catacombs as she sings and carries the urn down. He says, now, did you have any more questions?
No, I think we need to go see the fire priest, and then we can come back with the information that you need to.
He says, very well. He says, I will be here for at least another couple of hours, minding the door.
I'm here all week.
Check your waitress. So you guys go back out?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Find the one fire priest that you had spoken to earlier.
Yep.
All
Yep,
right,
I'm taking a
so,
phone break.
You going what? Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna find out where that guy's buried.
Okay. Well, when you walk up to him, he's like, were you able to find out what you needed to?
We need to know where Marius was singing, what catacomb he was in 2 moons ago.
Oh, he says, he goes, oh, okay. He says, let me go check the records. So he goes to he takes you to a room that has several scrolls that are held in jars all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking through the jars, and they're marked with they'll have like a Roman numeral with which reminds me, where is that? Oh, it's over there. A Roman numeral, and then like there's a moon on each side, and they've got different phases that they're in. So it's kind of like, okay, this is this year, this month, and this phase of each of the moons. It's kind of how. So he's like, he finds one jar and he kind of pulls it up. He pulls the scroll out. He's like, okay, yes, here he is. He says, it looks like he sang at the funeral of Gylippus, Gylippos. And yes, it was almost 2 months ago now. He says, it looks like here, he says, you guys you're not just trying to find this young gentleman, right? Your primary mission was to find Gregorus the Elder, right?
Yes.
It looks like Gregorus the Elder arranged the funeral here. He says, but yes, it looks like he was in. He was in in the grotto number 1812. And he's like, if I can write you a little note that you can give to the Earth Priest, and he should take you there. was just looking at who else had been interred in that grotto in the past. Since apparently it is a grotto of some prestige. He says the last couple of thousand years there have been 3 people laid to rest there. Let's see. He says the first was over a couple thousand years ago. High Templar Imberius, Imberius, Imberius. He says the second was Kalashka the Navigator, Kalchas, Kalashkas, Kalachkas.
Sure.
The Navigator. He goes, and then after that was Eurydoxus, who was hero of the last great giant war. And then, of course, Gillipus, one of the elders of our he says, here, give this to the priest, and smudge it. He says, and the priest will know what to do with it.
All right, that's what we're gonna do.
All right. So, what do you guys do now? Do you have any more questions for me? He said if there'll be anything else, I will be working just through that door.
We know where you live.
Appreciate it.
All right. So,
Back to the catacombs.
he's gonna start calling you Lady.
He's the evil earth priest over there.
No, I don't know that you're a necromancer.
All right.
I don't know that you killed that guy, so.
All right. Where was I?
We're going back to the
Back to
the dwarf,
yes.
the dwarf guy.
All right. So you go knock on the door again. The little thing slides open. He
Yep.
recognizes you.
Shove that paper in his face.
Okay, you give him that.
Thank us.
He's down low. You know, little hole.
Do you want to see what this said? She's like,
I can see it later.
I'll go ahead and tell you. It says MDCCCXII.
Wow, you really went Roman numeral on it.
Yes.
Good job, baby.
Strong.
All right.
That's why I married you, because you knew your Roman numerals.
You gotta have some. You gotta have some game.
I mean,
That's the game you got. That's the game you gotta play.
I convinced her that we were in snips. She's like, watch this, I'm gonna magic. It's actually just addition, subtraction, throwing numerals, but boy, that would be hard doing, like
Oh,
advanced
God.
math using Roman numerals.
Yeah.
and the catacombs.
Okay.
Nice. On target.
I kept hearing watching the video the other day, and we're walking. It's like, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. So he takes you down to that grotto.
Yeah.
And at that grotto, you see that there is a fresh urn put there. What do you want to do now that you're here? Because it's basically just a very shallow, just a couple of feet deep, and like 2 or 3 feet high. And kind
We're
of
gonna send that dwarf away.
Okay.
Tell him to go back and watch his door.
Okay. So you tell him,
I've got this.
You got this.
I've got this. My acolytes will do my bidding now.
Okay. All right. So He's like, as you wish.
Run
Which,
along, little dwarf.
After some time and considering everything else, you realize that when he said as you wish, what he really meant was, I love you. Okay, but
Keep watching after the credits to find out how to win this chainmail dice bag, dice not included. Oh, and if you're enjoying this episode, let us know by hitting the like button. Now back to the show.
So we're looking for clues.
okay, so you're gonna look around. Okay?
I'm gonna look in the urn.
You're gonna look in there. Okay.
I mean, I don't know what else to do. I'm not really down to like desperate shit,
When
but
you pop the cork out of the urn, and there's ashes inside.
okay. There's nothing weird in there. All right,
No.
cool.
Nope, just human remains.
Outstanding.
That's all.
I mean, I'm gonna put. You might want some of that.
All right. Yeah, you could go with that kind of. I can't think of the name of it. Curious case of whatever, where it's the salts that you need to bring people up, and it's basically talking about their.
So let's see. Do we have any spell? Detect magic. I'm casting detect magic, and you'll probably glow.
Now she is not inherently magical.
No, her magic items.
Alright. Let me think.
I don't have any right now.
You may. Yeah, I was about to say you may not.
I'll give it a chance since this is a. Alright. What's the range on that?
Let me see here. As far as it needs to be.
Half the continent.
Yes.
143
73 miles.
Brilliant miles.
Detect magic. 30 yards.
Okay, so that's a
pretty darn good.
Decent way,
Yeah.
I guess what they're doing now, I'm gonna just
No
put
saving
my hands
throw.
on the wall, see if I can find
Find a
There
door.
you go.
something.
That's right,
Rub the
Mole.
knobs,
Don't break anything.
Yeah,
Don't break
We're in the
anything.
dark.
Hey, those are mine.
Find a statue, yeah.
Can you cast light? Did you cast light? Do we have light? We're on the
We have a
ground.
torch, I
We have a
think.
torch, probably.
Yeah, and they
Surely.
provided light.
Okay.
I would hope.
No, they were just like, if you can't
There
see
you go,
that's
big
on
guy.
you.
He's a.
Cast continual light on the fresh urn
I know.
because it can last for thousands of years.
Little present.
Threw me a curve there, but that's okay. I'll get a 20.
You just found us a magic item.
Sorry.
Ah.
Been smoking all day.
Okay. All right. You do see coming out of there's like a hallway that's just down from the grotto. There's like 2 or 3 more of these little nooks here that they put it in, and then there's a bend in the hallway, and you can see light coming from around the bend.
Alright. Hey, I'm gonna check this out, guys. I see some light. Go see what that is. It's probably a booby trap, magical trap.
Yeah, I'll
Take Damon with you.
that's what I was gonna say. Damon's like, oh, that looks interesting over there. So,
Yeah, I'll take Damon with him. See if he wants to investigate. Well, he might steal whatever it is.
alright. You see that the light is coming from under an arched door that's two-sided and has a locking mechanism that doesn't just have like the circle with it comes down and then like splits into two. So it's kind of a complicated lock, but there definitely is light coming from underneath that.
I'll see if Damon wants to pick that lock. Hey, I think there's something magical in there. Do you want to open the door?
Alright. Well, I'm gonna, we'll go ahead and take care of that, and then we'll come back to the rest of the search. Alright, but who does want to do? I'm gonna let one of you be the primary searcher, and then like for every other person that helps, which in this case would be 2 other people that can help because 2 are gone. Doing that, you can get like a +1 on to what you need, what your roll under is, you know what I mean? But let's go ahead and take care of this. There is okay, so he's gonna try to pick the lock. He's like, yeah, let me have that. So he gets out his lock picks. That's him. No, that's so many D's. That's not him either. That's you. There he is.
Everybody's name with a D or a G.
Yeah, we got 3 Ds in a party of 5 people. Or 6 people, I don't know. But, okay, so Damon.
Got it.
Let's see, open locks is that. And special locks, so he's going to get a penalty of that. He's in there and he's like, after a couple of minutes, he's like, man, I can't figure this thing out. It's just, there's something like over here that I can't quite find the tooth to push on in there, you know?
Here, I'll try.
You will try picking the lock?
Yeah, I'll try picking the lock.
An unskilled.
Yep.
Okay, let me think of what you should.
He's gonna get a 90% penalty.
He's going to get a large penalty, and there's a chance he'll break the pins. Let me think of what those are before you start.
I was gonna say, I'd just go get the muscle.
Oh.
10%.
Well, let him try it. That'd be kind of fun to watch.
Okay, go ahead and roll your percentage try.
Oh. Yeah.
Roll percent. Yeah, thief skills are percentages.
All right. 80.
No, you were unable to open it after a while.
Okay.
Now roll me another percentage.
70.
Click.
All right. No, well, he didn't break the lock picks either.
Sweet.
So you're like, okay. Yeah, I gave him a 10% chance of making it, and a 30% chance of breaking the locks if he didn't succeed.
Hey, Greg, I hear a lot of cussing down the hall there. You may want to go see what they're doing.
Well, since that took him about 10 minutes, let's go ahead and who wants to be the primary? You, or...
I'll be the primary.
Okay. All right, and the other 2 will help you search. Okay, so... Let's see, what I decided was the mechanic behind that. I think I know, but...
I'm not calling you Greg. I'm calling you Gory.
Gory. There you
Yeah.
go. Gory.
Yeah, that's a good one. For a mole, that's a great name. I'm gonna rip your arms off.
I like it. I'm going with the nickname.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, this seems like a good place to stop and tell you about the Slow Children at Play live show. Every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll live stream to all you fans. By the way, for anyone outside the U.S. who isn't sure what 7 p.m. Eastern Time equates to in your local time zone, we are in the same time zone as New York City, Washington, D.C., and Miami, Florida. In the live show, the Slow Children at Play will discuss the latest episode, answer questions from the comment section, and interact with the live chat. We will also announce the winners of contests, as well as any campaign-related news. On the subject of contests, be sure to pay attention so you'll be able to answer the question after the closing credits. I guess that about covers the live show. I look forward to hearing from you there. Now back to the action.
The hairless Gory.
Okay, yeah, give me a wisdom check. And pretend, act as though your wisdom is too higher than it actually is.
Okay, so my wisdom is an 18, so I'm going to pretend it's a 20.
Okay, I'll just say that 20 is the only way you fail on this.
8.
All right. You guys search around, and you eventually find, since that was well within them, it was you that found it. Just under the little nook that the new vase was put in, that there is an inscription there. It appears that there was more to the inscription, but part of it is like sloughed off. But here is what it says. Prepare to copy.
Prepared.
You ready? Okay.
Always prepared. Just go.
All right. At the coasts, the mist roll in. The paired suns descend.
Hang on. Paired suns.
Paired suns descend towards night again. You ready?
Yes.
The umbra creeps up in Navosi.
Navosi?
N-U-V-A.
That's,
Navosi.
yep, that's the word that's,
Yeah, he continues to go on.
oh, okay.
Strange is the night where black stars rise, and strange. Stop there for you to catch up.
Okay.
Moons arc across the skies.
Uh-huh.
But stranger still is great Narvosi. And then the inscription, it appears that both above and below, that there are parts that have sloughed off, so that's only a partial inscription. You reading this, once you're done with that. What'd you say your wisdom was, an 18?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So now you know that. Okay.
Apparently I failed something.
No, I didn't say that at all.
You won't go crazy like the other guy.
I'm already crazy.
That's actually one of the things she's
Quite proud of with this character. Someone slightly unstable.
Nice.
okay. So now you found that. So now you guys are basically on about the same time period. They've searched, found that, she inscribed it. You guys failed to open the locked doors.
All right. Do you want to try to push it down the door?
Sure. Why not? Well,
It's probably.
have anybody checked it for traps before you started picking? Okay.
All right. The
Before I bust this thing open?
Damon's like, I have not yet, but if you want, I can check.
I would like that very much before I
That sounds
Trip
like
something.
a reasonable.
just a
approach.
thought. Yeah.
Just a thought. Isn't that like an internet name for something, I thought? All right.
Check it for ticks.
All right. He's like, I don't know about that. I've watched that flagstone right there. It looks a little wiggly because it might be a pressure plate. He said, just don't step on that side, or that one over on that side.
Okay. I'm gonna try to open doors. Roll, I guess. Whatever that is.
You're gonna
We'll
go.
smash it.
Yeah. That's exactly right. You're open doors. You're
Yeah.
open doors. Yeah.
That one is. Oh, Oh, dang it, don't do that.
Or, let's see, this is actually locked. Yeah, what is your open doors on that?
I've got 17 and then parentheses, I got 10.
Alright,
That means.
let me look at it real quick. Where's my player's handbook?
I've got one here if you need to.
Yeah, I've got one here somewhere. It's just,
You need a player's handbook?
there it is. I think you're gonna be on the 10 one, but because this is a locked door. But let me double check so I don't screw you on that.
That makes sense.
I
'Cause
would
the other one's
appreciate
just
it
like-
if you don't screw them.
Yeah, the other ones, I think the other one is for like just opening a very heavy, large door, you know.
Right. Jam.
Wait, Max Press. Open doors, here we go. Gives characters chance to force open heavy or stuck doors. Character's chance to try to force open doors is D20 or less. Number the character can keep trying to open the door until it finally opens. But each attempt takes time, and exactly how much is up to the DM. The number in parentheses are for characters to open locked doors, yeah. After locked doors.
So I'm the one doing a 10 or lower.
A 10 or lower, yes. So you got a 50-50 chance.
14.
14. All right,
I'll say
it does not, although unlike a lot of stuff, you don't have to wait until like your next level to do it. It said that you can continue, but you probably spent a round doing that, you know, spent a minute just kind
Okay. Let's try it again.
yeah. If you want to try it again, you can.
Go for it. Just keep an eye out. 12.
All right.
You got another dice.
About this time, you start hearing off in the distance the singing of a dirge, a funeral hymn, you know.
Try it one more time.
One more time? Why not? We'll go with this one. This will probably screw me. I failed. Sorry. A 9.
A 9 will
9
do.
or 6. Either, I can't tell.
Oh,
Either
wow.
one will
What
make
am
it.
I-
Either one works.
Okay.
Cool, cool.
All right, so you finally hear the bar on the other side spring loose and go cling, 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 rattle around in there. And how long did that last? By now it's the
Detect magic.
magic. How long did that last? Because it has now been fully 13, 14 minutes. Take magic. Yeah, by now it has run out. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good.
Pretty
And
good.
the magic
so
item.
far.
all right, so the magic item. You're not sure what it is, but you know what I'm talking about, where they were buried above ground and they
Yeah.
had basically like a sarcophagus,
Like
where
a
it had
mausoleum
where it
kind
had
of
the
thing.
where it had the carving of their
Yeah. Okay.
image
Yeah.
that stuck
Yeah, I know
out
what
at
you're
the
talking
top
about.
of the stone
Yeah.
coffin. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So I guess sarcophagus is the right word, but it's not all golden and all that. It's carved out of stone, and it is of a warrior who is wearing what we would recognize as plate armor. It doesn't look like high Gothic plate, you know, right before the Renaissance type stuff, like the German stuff where every inch is covered. But it does look like he's wearing a fair amount of plate armor.
Is the sword on the sarcophagus real?
No, it's carved out of stone. But that is down here behind this door, and it's laying down. It's not stood up. It's laying down on a.
Let's open this bitch.
Let's shut the door so nobody can see us.
Yeah. Yes, actually, that was one thing that I had to do. Let's check to see if they turn down the side that you guys are on. Oh, no, they don't. The dice are kind to it. Okay. So the singing that you had heard seems to be growing more distant now. You must have taken another.
We don't close the door completely.
Why don't you watch the door? You know, like make sure it doesn't slam shut on us and trap us, and then we'll like try to lift off the lid
Okay.
so we can get trapped.
I'm gonna
By
watch
we,
the door
I
from the
mean-
other side.
I mean him.
All right. You guys, hey guys, it's closing. Closing. All right. Well, I think I know my way out of here. I'll see you later.
Deuces. All right.
All right. So you're gonna try to open it. Okay. Give me a
What do we roll?
lift.
What's that?
Ben bars lift rates for
do
him, and I'll if you help him out.
I'm gonna help him out.
Just a strength
What's your
check.
strength?
Like 13, like all my
13,
stats.
Okay. Well, I'll let you give him a 10% bonus on that.
Alright, so I'm doing a percentile here. So I'm going, what, lower than 60, right?
Yeah, well, lower, because he's helping lower than 70.
Lower than 70, okay. These dice are something else.
Hard to read.
43.
43. Okay, you guys are able to kind of get it. You feel some sort of connector in there that kind of pops and snaps once you give it a good lift, and then you give it and shove it off, and it falls over in the
Oh no.
and let's see if it breaks. Yes. No, actually, it does not break. Falls over and slides off and makes a lot of crunch, crunch noise as it hits the ground. But inside it, you see that there are the skeletal remains of a warrior who is wearing actual metal armor.
Oh, finally, yeah.
Oh, not yet.
Sweet.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, okay, you guys got
You're
toilet paper in your bathroom, right? I need some more.
Thank you.
It's probably like extra small because those dudes were like
Yeah, he was
super
a half.
small.
That's alright. I don't care. I'll fit this shit on me someday.
Okay.
It might look like, I don't know, like Shrek or
If it was a
something. You know?
halfling armor, you can melt it down and make a big breastplate. Or there's your cod piece.
If it fits, I want to walk back into that dude's shop. I don't need that.
I'll trade you. All right, somebody got some armor.
And so you're gonna try to reach down in there and get the.
Yeah.
Okay, when you reach down in there,
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a time out for just a second so I can ask you for a little bit of help. Don't worry, this one won't cost you a dime. All I need is for you to comment the name of your favorite character and let us know why. Please just keep it positive. I'm sure all our players would love to hear what you have to say. Thanks again. Now let's get back to the show.
yeah, its mouth opens up and it screams and reaches up at you. So
God damn.
go ahead and roll me a surprise roll. So roll a d20.
You don't have to roll it. He's surprised.
Can you throw a fireball into the room with us?
I don't have any.
What's your roll?
2?
Surprise
That's
attack.
what people. That's what the
All
magic
right,
is always does.
so
Yeah.
it
Fireball.
surprises you, so it gets
Okay.
to attack you this round without any response.
Alright.
So it reaches up to try to claw at you with its hands. It's pretty much skeletal, but so
I'm gonna rub that motherfucker.
Punch you in the
There.
face.
Yeah, it hits you twice, doing claws at you, and each hand does 5 points of damage, bringing you down to 6 hit points.
Mm.
All right.
There goes my.
You gonna swallow your olive?
He ate an olive.
I'm gonna eat an olive.
All right. Well, now to do that, you have to be out of melee. So
Okay, well
you're
then
gonna have
screw
to
that.
disengage with it.
Nah, I'm gonna fight it. Y'all just shove it in my ass when I'm dead, okay? Make it come back to life.
You're gonna have to give the pill to a dog to treat before you sit your hand.
Yeah,
All the way
whatever.
down.
As long as I take it, you know.
So
That sounds horrible.
Can I strike
but
this guy?
Yeah,
How about I
you're-
chew it up
you're
for you?
Kind of down near his legs, so you can try to hit his legs. But we've got to roll initiative before we do that. That was surprise roll and surprise rolls out.
Round
Now,
one.
Okay, so what you want to hit him on the legs, right? Because that's what's available. To
Sure,
you.
sure.
You want
I'm
to?
gonna smash it with my, I guess my axe, if I can.
Okay,
Do we need to?
Or my
Do I get to play
you can play. Yeah.
a magic missile?
You want a magic missile? Let's see.
Caracol.
The other two can't really, because of the tight confines, they can't really do a whole lot because you guys are kind of blocking, but because she's using magic missile, those will go kind of around you. Okay, so go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Six.
We rolled 2d10s, right?
1d10.
Huh?
1d10.
1d10. I got a 2.
6, so a 7.
I may fall down after this.
And what did you say you had?
Six.
All right. Go.
Alright,
Django.
smash legs. Oh, I rolled a 1.
Turn this sucker.
One. Okay. What were you using?
A gouge.
Okay, so you're like, because it's basically like
That impale
a shovel
myself.
with a strap on it, a short handled shovel with a strap. So you're like, and you're gonna just dig into his legs, and you kind of skip across the armor of his legs, and your momentum takes you on around, and you fall on your ass, and you'll be spending the next round picking yourself up.
Outstanding. Nice to be here.
Yeah, one is fall on your ass in my world.
That's
All
great.
right. Although you don't have to necessarily pick yourself up, but if you're attacking from the ground, you're at a bit of a disadvantage unless you're like doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or something.
It's not one of my proficiencies.
No. All right, go.
Me. Alright.
Kill.
Go.
Alright, we're not using that dice for our attacks.
14.
14 on this guy should hit you. Where is he? Yeah, there you go. 14 will hit this guy.
Alright.
I hope it's not a lich. Well, he'd be dead if it was a lich. I can't wait till I can turn undead. That's gonna be great.
You can at your level. There's only certain undead that you can.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
11
11?
points.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'd say this guy's way advanced.
You hack into it, but it's still well into the fight. You find a crease in its armor, but bury your axe deeply in it, but it's still in the fight. Okay, go.
I
What's
point
your
my-
armor class?
Right now, 10. I
Okay.
have no armor.
Point my magic missiles and I
Well,
go.
no, I'm like, hold on.
I think you got a 9 because of good dexterity.
That's right, yeah.
8.
8. Okay. You guys see these
Yeah.
little streaks go around your shoulders and smash it in the chest and explode, but it's still in the fight. All right. So now it will attack, since it's basically the two of you. Who wants odds and who wants evens? No, you're out of the fight.
Oh,
I'm on the ground.
That's true. You are on the ground.
he's on the ground.
You
He's
make a
odd
good
and
point.
even.
Oh, quit talking.
You make a good point. Okay. So it's going after you, and it's going to try to claw twice. And it does hit you twice.
Damn.
Not, y'all.
Somebody steal those dice.
Well, he's got shit armor class.
Yeah.
I know.
So it's easy.
I'm about
It's
to.
easy.
I was about to buy some armor, and then somebody's like, no, we're not. And I'm like, okay.
We didn't have the money.
Oh, we didn't?
No,
He was gonna make us a deal for 100 ceramic pieces.
All right.
But not for
you
everything.
take 8 points of damage, so you are at -2 and bleeding out on the floor now.
Alright, well, fucking shit. What's,
hey,
what's,
can you pop an olive in his ass while he's picking yourself?
Yeah, I can eat it.
It slashes you across the head, and you're bleeding, and digs its fingers in between your ribs, and you've got that head wound is what gets you. You've got bleeding profusely from the temple there. All right, so you are bleeding out. He will continue to lose 1 hit point a round until he is tended to or healed or something. All right. Okay, so that is that round. So
Round 2.
what do you want to do this round? He's picking himself up and he's down.
I guess.
Oh, the other two are going to rush in and try to help.
Yeah, the other 2 are going to rush in and try and help. I guess if one of them could give him an olive, I will magic missile.
Okay. So you're going to say that? Push an olive down and start.
If it's NPCs, let me have both of them.
Say, use his olive, not your olive. It's like the tourniquet, you know?
yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah, they don't have time to search for your olive. They're going to have to use their own olive.
Yeah.
so okay. So, yeah, the Damon will do that, and Rickon will attack, and you're using your last
Magic missile.
magic missile. Okay. So, go ahead and roll initiative.
I need to start carrying my mouth like the kid Conan did in that remake movie.
Yeah.
Like we had.
2.
2.
8.
Well, you're just
Yeah, you're just getting up.
Okay.
Rickon okay. Go, buddy.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. Okay, you blast it again. This time on its forehead, but it's still not enough to put it down. Although it looks like it is toasted and burned, has a big rip in its side from where the axe hit, but it's still on the fight. All right, then Rickon runs in and he stabs it with his longsword. Where's he at? There we go. This. And tries to stab it with his short sword too. And he misses with the short sword, but hits with the long sword, doing
27 points of damage.
not quite. Once again, he finds, he kind of gets in between its cuirass and its, I can't think of the skirt part called it. And it continues to take damage, but it is now out of its sarcophagus thing and standing basically over his body, almost. It's not facing him, but it's standing over his body, and almost standing over you too.
Right.
Because you guys are both right there at the edge of the sarcophagus. All right. So Rickon did his thing, you did your thing. Now it's going to do its thing, and it's going to attack Rickon. Oh. It swings at Rickon, and he ducks under it, and it swings again, and he ducks under it, and it slips on his blood and falls down with you. So now it's looking at you.
Oh, snap.
But it's
Okay.
kind of floundering around for a second.
Alright, cool. Can I touch it?
And you take it.
Because I want to cause wounds.
Yeah, this next round, if you want to stay down there, you can do it. You'll be like, all right. So now, you're where if you want to stand up, you're up
Yeah.
and can do something.
I'm gonna
Not so much with you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna cast invisibility to the undead on
Alright.
myself.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. And,
I'm dead in the water.
okay. All right, so you're gonna just kind of try to stay back. Oh yeah, by the way, let's see. He is able to, at the end of the round, put this in your mouth. And you are healed for 6 points of damage, which will bring you up to 4.
Yay.
Round 3.
Wait, mine. My turn. My round.
Okay, so that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So instead of trying to get out of there, you're gonna eat another olive.
Yeah, that thing's got to spend its turn getting up.
Okay.
All right, so
I'll sweep the leg.
eating olive, casting invisibility to undead, staying back.
I'm gonna hold the door.
They're both gonna try to
I want this
close
one.
to it. Well, they're gonna try to stab it. Okay, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, I got a big old 9. I'll be going
Is there anything else in the crypt?
Do you want to try to inspect the crypt while there's combat going?
I mean, just from where I am, do I see anything that?
Can you give me a minute? This
Okay.
was a surprise thing.
Okay.
I mean, everything about this was a surprise for me. So.
Oh, wow.
You can always just say no.
Yeah, my thought was, and I don't know why I had this thought, but when we busted the door open, we heard a clank. And what was secured in the door? Was it metal? Or was it not? I mean, it could have been anything.
Yeah.
You rolled what again?
The two.
And that guy gets
Minus 9.
he's picking himself up. Basically.
Yeah.
So it's okay. So Rickon goes first, and he hits with his longsword, and then slips in your blood. A lot of ones.
A lot of people rolling around on the floor today.
Everyone is marked in your blood. Let's see. So he gives it a little jab, and then tries to jab at it again and slips in your blood. So. Okay. So that's Rickon. Now it is you eat it. So go ahead and roll your healing.
The D6, right?
Yeah. Or D8. D8.
Oh, D8.
Yeah, the D6 is when you're being
7.
when you're being attended. 7. Okay, so that puts you up to 11. All right. Now, so let's see.
Oh, yeah, knocked down.
Now, Demios or Damon.
Damon, Matt.
Not Demios.
Just call him Matt.
I thought about that earlier.
It took me this long to figure that out. I'm not the sharpest
Oh, you're
crayon
good.
in the box.
Speaking of Team America,
Yeah.
with his name. Demon. Yeah.
Okay. He is kind of, as it stood up, he kind of backed around behind Rickon and then came around the other side of Rickon. And he comes up behind the thing and wedges up between two of the plates in its back. Gives it a good old-fashioned backstab. Doing...
Oh, the thief.
1,000,000 points of damage.
Not doing enough that it's like, "Ah!" And it kind of staggers around. But it is still just barely alive.
It's my 2 attack round then, right? 'Cause
You-
I've had one.
Yes, this will be your 2 attack round.
Sweet.
Alright, go ahead and you cast invisibility to undead. And I'm not even going to bother with reading it off. We'll just say that
Okay.
it does what it says for now
Cool.
anyway.
Yep.
Okay,
Round 4.
yeah. What do you want to do this round?
I hit it with
You want
my
to continue to...
I'm going to continue to hold the door.
Okay, Hodor,
We'll chop at it.
chop at it.
2 times.
I'm gonna gouge it.
Okay. Alright. And I'll
I
give
just
you
don't
an
think my
advantage.
poison would do anything to it since it's already
Probably
dead.
not. Yeah, it's already dead.
And this is just initiative. So.
6.
3.
Loving that 6 today, I guess.
Yeah. You said 3.
Mm-hmm.
You said 6. You're holding the door. You got...
Hold on.
Yeah, until I can level up some more, I'm pretty damn useless.
You will have like
I don't know,
3
man. Magic
spells or 4
missiles.
spells that you could do.
Well, I can do 3, but continual light and spectral hands is all I've got on second level, and spectral hands isn't jack shit. It works with other spells.
Gotcha.
That's what, basically.
Magic missiles
what-
is shit though. It's guaranteed.
That was one thing that they even said it in the Complete Wizard's Handbook. At low level, the necromancers are kind of weak, but you get up high level and they get crazy.
I played a necromancer back in the day. She was
Never played one.
she was off the chain.
All right, go Django.
Django. 17.
Nice.
17 is a hit. Now
It's a
roll
D8.
some damage. So you're getting at least
5
damage.
plus.
One.
I don't think I have a plus 1.
Well, you got 13. Yeah, you don't have plus 1.
Right.
Okay, so 5. All right, that is enough. Your shovel-like gouge is enough to cut its spine in half.
Yeah,
and it just
the
kind of falls over.
shoveler.
Nice.
The bones fall apart inside the armor, which means that the armor kind of falls into its component parts.
I walk up to it. I'm like, "You've been shot."
Victory!
He's the shoveler from the Mystery Man.
Yeah, I love that movie. Oh my god.
It's
Been a while since I've
Yes,
Paul
I-
Rubens,
yes, I-
Janine Garofalo. Holy
shovel.
shit.
man.
William
Good
H.
well.
Macy. It's got the craziest. Tom Waits is in that movie. It's like the craziest. It went nowhere though.
Yeah.
It's like a cult classic to Gary.
All right, so now you have,
You had to work for that.
yeah,
Shit.
you had to work for it. Let's see.
You had to work for it. You had to make. God, I can't believe you did that.
Well, I mean, it's like, well, you might as well go ahead and see if something down here is magic. I figured this is a burial place. There might be
Something.
suit
some
of
great
armor.
goods. So, and that's what it came up as.
You might want to hide. We might want to put some rags.
I was thinking that too, like
Come out wearing metal armor.
You might want to wrap it up in a sack.
No, man, I had this on when I went out.
What do you mean, desecrate a grave? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
These aren't the droids you're looking
I
for.
just need to start.
Yeah, that's what it is. You pretend to be beat boop off.
Oh,
Hey, give me just a second, and I will see if there's one other kind of thing in there that might be in there. Yeah, here we go. This is the right page. Alright, yeah, that seems to be rest of the crypt seemed to be pretty empty, and it was just an iron, or not iron, excuse me, a granite bar that you
Granite bar, okay.
All right, so we'll go ahead and call that it for today.
Great.
So,
the
do you
doggies
have
can get
anything
that,
to
you
put
guys-
that in to hide it?
Bag of holding perchance.
I mean, the only thing I can offer is my dress.
I've got a, I'm wearing
walk
like
out
a,
with my
hey, I'm
hat
wearing
and my
like
burlap
I'm wearing
bikini.
like a serape thing. We can hide part of it in that.
The thief has a cloak.
And I have a
Oh, there you go.
serape too.
Yeah, so
I can use
between
that.
between everybody, you might be able to hide a bit here and a bit there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody will sneak out the
It's like,
grave.
why are you
Somebody
walking
can
like
sneak out.
this?
But
And you got it between your legs or something.
nothing to see here.
I'm
Moving
trying to
on.
think if it
Now, I was walking out with a hat and just a bikini. I was going to keep everybody's eyes on me while they walked out first.
That's what I. Yeah, that's fair.
Just walking out like this.
Okay, it's time for a little break. Thank you for watching. And to thank you for getting this far into the video, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We're running a Superfan Appreciation Contest. Well, actually, it's 2 contests in one. We will be doing a weekly giveaway where you can win a game token of one of the monsters, NPCs, or PCs from Shadows of Balic. In this first contest, each week we'll be giving away a different token. These tokens will be in electronic file format, both PDF and PNG, so you can use them on your home tabletop or in a virtual one. To be eligible for the weekly contest, you just need an email to receive your prize, to be a subscriber of the Slow Children at Play channel, and to comment the correct answer to this week's contest question before the premiere of next week's episode of Shadows of Balic. The winner will be chosen at random from all the correct answers on the Slow Children at Play live stream the week following the episode's premiere. Here's an example of how that'll work. If an episode premiered on, say, Wednesday the 5th of March 2025, the winner for that episode would be chosen from the correct answers posted by 11:59 and 59 seconds on the 13th the week after. The winner would then be announced on the 14th on the Friday night Slow Children at Play live stream. Then the winner will be given on-screen instructions on how to claim their prize. If the winner does not contact us by the time of the premiere of the following episode of Shadows of Balic, they forfeit their prize and it is added to the next week's contest prizes. The second contest will start at the time of the premiere of the first episode of Shadows of Balic Season 1 and last until the Slow Children at Play live stream following the last week of the first season. The prize for the Season 1 contest is this awesome chainmail dice bag. The dice bag was handmade by me using golden aluminum rings. It can hold around 40 standard-sized dice. That's just shy of 7 complete sets. The dice shown here are not included as part of the prize and are only shown for scale. Unlike the first contest, you must live in the United States of America to be eligible for the second contest. The reason for this is it is a physical item and international shipping is cost prohibitive. Aside from geographic eligibility considerations, to participate in the second season-long contest, you must be a subscriber of the Slow Children at Play channel and correctly answer the weekly questions for each week of Season 1 of Shadows of Balic prior to the end of the contest. I'm looking forward to sending out your prizes. Good luck. Oh, one last bit of legal business that I have to cover. First of all the contests and all their prizes are solely the promotion and responsibility of the operators of the Slow Children at Play channel. They are not sponsored by or associated with any entity, platform, such as but not limited to YouTube, Rumble, or Spotify, or corporation. Secondly, the rules for both of these contests can be found in the video description below. There you will also find a link to an off-site document that contains the same rules for your convenience. Alright, now that we have all the rules straight, I believe it's time to get to this week's question. Are you ready? Just remember you have to answer in the comments section below, and only correct answers count. Good luck! Alright, let's see if you were paying attention today. The contest question for this episode is, in this episode, what was the number of the grotto that Gylippus's ashes were laid to rest in? Okay, that wasn't so tough, was it? If you don't know the answer off the top of your head, it should be a simple matter to go find it. Remember to catch next week's Slow Children at Play live stream to find out if you won. Good luck. Oh, one last thing. To go directly to the next video, just click here. And if you'd like to go to the playlist for this season, click down here. You have a great day. Bye-bye.